Productions.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago, for we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day.
Blap, 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 blap. Good evening, retards. I am the Raven coming at you, guaming at you live from the Standard Coffee Shop after hours. Thank you for joining me, guys. Look at all the hard work we put into the studio today. I got to admit, it feels really, really nice to be in something when it's this well polished. Quick story. What you don't realize is maybe we can get, hey, camera 3, do it, you shit. No, we're not going to do it. All right. Well, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. This guy used to have a nose or a snout, this morning when we came in, and then while we were setting things up, he fell off the wall and he smashed his face, and bone fragments and a big dent in the table. I think it still looks cool. But Matt's not very happy about it. Shout out to Matt, by the way, guys. We were supposed to have a bunch of shows, and one thing led to another, and that didn't happen today. But at least you got Straight Bible, and at least you got the Raven. We are here. Oh, by the way, shout out, who said it? Ridcock 4390 in the YouTube chat. Immaculate foresight. He said, that's so Raven in the chat. Guys, do you like the shirt? I was at Five Below with my wife and son, and I had no idea that Five Below had so many bangers. They have great t-shirts, dude. And I saw this one with this fat black animal. And I said, I simply can't resist. I have to get it. Guys, before we get into today's show, we're going to talk about starseeds and why they're gay. Which really is kind of like a dialogue on white women. And these need to be addressed, right? These are things that need to be addressed. But before we do that, patreon.com/Nephilim Death Squad. If you're looking for a way to support your boys, that's a great way to do it. Is this an extra medium shirt? No, old world Mick-Mac. I'm just fucking fat. I'm just getting girthy. I mean, I've been lifting. I've been doing a lot of lifting, and I have been good with my diet. Look, I'm not fat. This is a breathable. What are you talking about? How big do you want it to be? Anywho, patreon.com/Nephilim Death Squad. Sign up there. There's all kinds of stuff. It's great. I don't know what waits for you over there. Ad-free viewing experiences, the works. Look at that. Here's all the episodes. They pop up. People really like it when we do that, when we put episodes on the... That's really what you're getting, is early access to episodes. Isn't that great? Like, it's just a never-ending treasure trove of... I can just keep doing that forever until I have to hit the load more button. Patreon.com/Nephilim Death Squad. That's where you'd like to be if you aren't a starseed. If you're not a starseed, that's a great place to be. And if you're looking to support me, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all those applications, you will find me at David Corbo 7 on all those platforms. John Black says, I hope that Fringe doesn't see this. No, Fringe gets it, dude. She gets it. She knows it's a big bullshit op by demonic entities to make you feel special. That's really how they get you, dude. That's really how they get you. Oh, you're so special. You're so special. You're a chosen one. We love that, dude. You tell us we're special, and we're, oh, God, yes, milk me harder. We'll do whatever you want. If you want us to spread the good word of the Pleiadians, which we're going to get into a little bit today. because it plays so well into the Starseed thing. Xerox, my brother in Christ who believes in everything he sees on the internet just like me, he sent me something of the Pleiadian variety. Of course, Pleiadian Jesus, which, by the way, when we watched a video on this show, maybe episode 2, about Pleiadian Jesus. He was supposed to arrive in a blue suit and silver boots, and they gave him a different name. And now, once again, the Pleiadian narrative is still going. But yes, thank you, Scott. Never goon. By the way, let's give it up real quick for all the guys out there who haven't been gooning. I know it's hard in these trenches, in these streets. I know these lasses are, all over the internet, scantily clad, beckoning you to goon. But not you. Camera 3, camera 2, camera 3. Not you, young man. You've got the fortitude. You've got the guts to hold in those nuts. And so let's just have a brief, let's do 5 seconds of silence for those of you who have gone quite some time without gooning. I didn't start counting like as soon as I went quiet, so I don't really know how long that was, but it felt right. Maybe a little bit short, but you guys get it. Pleiadian Jesus. We're gonna get into Pleiadian Jesus. Well, let's look at the chat first. What's going on here, huh? Johnny Leach, fully bricked up. Viagra via the anus hits different. I didn't know they made boner suppositories. Ooh, boner. That's a sodomy joke. I didn't intend to. Oh my goodness, it's Big Hands. Big Hands, good to see you, homie. I hope you've been well. I hope you've been well too, Johnny Leach, you cranky bitch. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Who else is here? Never Gooners Unite. I mean, I can't say I've from here on out, never goon. Never having had Gooners? That's a different. No, old world Micmac Star Forts built by I know the Star Forts. Interesting, compelling. I don't think they were built by Starseeds. Yes, this is one we got to watch out for. Jim Bowman says, watch out for David Wilcox. David Wilcox, another David with a tremendous amount of forehead. He's just like me for real, but different. And yeah, if he found out that we were bad-mouthing Pleiadian Starseeds on this show, he might have to have a word with Grush. Whoa, we got a dono coming in. Thank you, Dick Guam Wrinkle, for the $10 donation. He says, Guamin, for you. Can I put this on the screen? Why don't I just put that on the screen? Guamin, for you not making us wait 2 hours. Guys, we got all messed up this morning, man. We were supposed to have Tommy Cullum of Let's Get Freaky on. We were also supposed to have Andrew of the 6G Agenda podcast on. And the first 3 hours of the day, guys, I was in my studio from 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning till 4. Didn't do an episode. Isn't that crazy? Because it was just like the internet and we're putting everything together and all that stuff. Thank you very much for the $10 donation. Bwah, 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 bwah. I had a button here. I didn't set it up. Oh, here we go. I like that everybody's name is Guam. Guamin Under the Sea with a $20 donation and a super sticker. Thank you very much, Guamin Under the Sea. Greatly appreciated. Bwah, 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 bwah for you. Oh, it's Joey Poopbag. Good friends with Doc. Shelly, rest in peace, Doc. Doc's not dead. He's just mad. He's just bitchy. We were in the chat for hours waiting. And then what was really messed up was when we went live to the Tommy Cullens episode instead of the... So those of you on Patreon who had the link for StreamYard... no, we didn't. Johnny, are you for realsies? Anyway, I think Johnny's lying. But yeah, we messed it all up, and the Patreon members were waiting in a ghost town where nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. Big apologies. Big sorry. Not blapping. Not guaming. But you can't guam them all. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe with that attitude you can. All right, let's go here. Let's see. This is from Reptile Hybrid. Some of you may know him on X. Self-unalive, found out his girlfriend had a penis. See, you know, Johnny, you almost had me. You almost had me, Johnny. There he is, Doc Shelley. Bring back TLC. You know, there's a lot of people that don't even understand what that means. There's a few guys in here that want me to bring back TLC. I don't want to watch black people kill each other anymore. Also, I don't even have anything creative to say when black people, really, you just be watching. You know, man, I'm not going to lie, though. The other day I was driving, this dude swerving all over the road. I mean, like 4 lanes of traffic, and he's snaking back and forth, back and forth. Not like changing lanes, waiting for an opening, changing lanes. Like he's just swinging the wheel left and right, left and right. Pulls up to a light. He's ahead of us. And I go, this guy's going to get somebody in an accident, right? And all of a sudden, you know, when the guy pulls up behind him at the light, he gets out. He's like, what are you doing, this old dude? Because I live in, you know, Oldville. And he gets out and he's yelling at him. And lo and behold, it's a young black. And I think everybody knows how young blacks take to getting yelled at, especially by old whites. Fucking camera 2, camera 3. And so he gets over, lets the guy get in front of him, and then gets behind him. And then he's just like riding his ass, and he's like, what's up? Like, stop the car, pull over. He's telling him to stop the car and pull over. I'm freaking out. I'm in the car with my family, and I'm so mad, dude. I'm so mad because I'm watching these old people get tailed, but I got a 10-year-old and my wife in the car, and I'm watching and one thing leads to another. He gets these old folks to pull over into a parking lot. Surely they are deceased. Surely they are deceased. You know? It, and I'm, and then another one, dude. I'm walking with my wife and my son. It's late, you know, it's whatever. It's not really late. The sun's just going down. And so it's a little bit dark, and we took a trip to the gas station around the corner, take a nice little walk, bought my son a candy bar. We're walking back, and all of a sudden, I hear ahead of me, there's a black guy walking, and he goes, "You say something?" And I look at him, and he's looking at a Mexican dude walking his daughter. I thought it was his wife because they're the same height, but it's his daughter. And my wife, she said, no, that's his daughter. And he's like almost like, I don't know, 500 feet, not 500 feet. He's very far away. He's like 200 feet away. Not even looking at him, not even paying attention to him. No, he didn't say something. Like, is this guy schizophrenic? Like, what's going on here? I've had a couple of those very recently where like that keeps happening, and I keep going, I'm trying not to notice. I'm trying really hard, man. Really hard. Thank you, Dissident 42069 for the $10 donation. He says, blap, 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 right back at you, baby. We really guamming tonight, huh? Yeah, there you go. Red Pill Tiger says, you say something is how every combo which a blap has started for. Yeah, that's how it goes. Or with a blap. It's frustrating, dude. And I'm just trying not to spread that. I'm trying not to, like, there was a time when I was doing all that, and then I looked around, and what I realized was, like, it's not really, there's plenty of people doing it. I'm not needed here. My services aren't needed here anymore. And the last thing I ever want to do is become the guy who gets what would you call it? Cornered into being like this or that dude. Like I'm not your monkey. I'm not gonna do it. I'll do a thing as long as it's genuine. But if I don't feel it anymore, then I'm not going to do it. I'm going to move on and do something else. So I don't want it, but in real life, dude, it happens. In real life, dude, it happens. Whoa, you guys are making towers in the chat. Grow up. You guys. All right, let's watch this this silly shit, or let's read this silly shit. Nope, hold on a second. JJ says, nobody ever said you were Nick Fuentes. Calm down. No, nobody ever accused. I mean, they accused me of being gay, but not Nick Fuentes. But I'm just saying, like, how the fuck do you think you become that guy? You get caught in that place and you keep doing that thing. That's all there is to it. And maybe you wear like a suit and you got thin wrists. I don't know, but I'm just saying, nobody ever called me Nick Fuentes. But I was getting to a place where, you know, it was just like, is this all I'm good for? Is noticing the loop? All right, here we go. Reptile hybrid. This is fun and gay and dumb. He says, and this guy it kind of crushes. I like him, is what I mean to say. I've had him on my show before when I was doing the Ravens Watch. It was a very interesting episode. I like the way this guy talks. Maybe it's just the accent. Here we go. Yes, he's half Pleiadian Plagiarin. I'm sorry. It starts with, is Jesus Pleiadian? And then he goes on to say, yes, he is. It's very controversial, but Jesus is, and then it says real name, Jemanuel. Jemanuel? I've never heard that in my life. Jemanuel? What a stupid fucking... Okay, biological father was Gabriel, who was a Pleiadian humanoid. John the Baptist was also half Pleiadian and shares the same biological father as Jemanuel. That sounds like a black name, doesn't it? Soon, I will talk at length on this extremely important subject. The Illuminati know this is true and are preparing for a staged second coming of Jesus, or you know, Jemanuel. During the Montauk Project, they went back in time and got a sample of Jemanuel's blood. What up, Jemanuel? What up, blood? Which was used to create his clone. What's his clone? Oh, okay. So there's just two Jemanuels now. All right. The clone is currently on Mars and will arrive on Earth in the coming years. Most people are not ready for this information, but I am obligated to tell humans the truth. I mean, look, man, I got it. Jemanuel. I gotta think that this is a LARP. Is this not? This is a LARP. This is a funny thing to do. I mean, it's a funny story. I'm not saying it's not rooted in some sort of, you know, new age Gnostic, you know, gay stuff. But, God, it's funny. It's funny, isn't it funny? Is this a joke? This has got to be a joke. It's a banger. Patrick Shout says, I 100% believe this. I love this. I love this. This is very funny to me. Jemanuel. All right, we'll go on and read a little bit more, and then we've got plenty of really fun stuff to get into. If anybody is interested to learn the truth about Jemanuel, you need to read Talmud Jemanuel. Wow. It's an incredible story that has been hidden from humanity for over 2,000 years. The truth has finally come to light in our lifetime, just as Jemanuel said. Shout out Jemanuel. Come on, that's funny, dude. That's funny. You're shouting out Jemanuel? I got a kick out of that. William Tinsdale was martyred for coining the term Jehovah. Whoever came up with Jemanuel needs to be raped to death. I mean, no, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Oh, the J is silent, like Matt's third T. Good observation, biggest foheadis. All right, let's read some of these little. So here, graven image of Christ, Talmud of Jemanuel, and they will call him Jemanuel, which means God is upon us. Oh, is that even in Matt? Look, I'm so stupid. Maybe I'm making fun of a word that is in Matthew. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. I just want to look through these slides because they tickle me. The 4th edition Talmud Jemanuel, the unearthed chronicles of Jemanuel, the man known as Jesus, or Yeshua, or it's just we're just it's the name game. But I'm not praying to a Pleiadian. Celestial Teachings: The Emergence of the True Testament of Jemanuel by James W. Deerdorf. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Jemanuel survived the crucifixion and later on went on to teach in India, where he died at the age of 113 years old. I like it, man. You could just kind of say whatever the hell you want, huh? Joseph of, I can't even read this. I can't even pretend to read this. I do trust the guy, though. If you look at his opaque image in the top left corner, is a bald man with a big beard. Very trustworthy, pleasant disposition upon his visage. Let's see. Oh, there he is. There's Jemanuel. Information flyer. It's an information flyer. Man, I like, I just feel like, I don't know. Are the Pleiadian people having more fun? This is blasphemy. Yes. Starseeds are so gay. But this is true. Yakub did make us in a lab. Me as well. So shout out to Yakub. Shout out to Jemanuel. Okay, that's interesting. While his given name was Jesus, the name Emmanuel describes his divine nature and presence. It just sounds a lot like, I don't know. You know how like black people take names and they put a little fancy twist on them? That's what it feels like to me. This does feel a lot like some Yakubian shit. How many stars is this? Well, I mean, this one's not a fight. Hey, stop trying to get me into these ranking of the. You son of a bitch. All right, here let's see what else we got here. Because I want to get into some of the. This is gonna plug right in, guys. The second half of the show, we're gonna get into the call-in section. That's 321-209-8551. Give us a call when the lines are open. If you want to call before then and leave a voice memo, we'll play the voice memo too. Because why not? Right? Elohim says David. Yep. Same energy. Okay, so here let's do this. We'll go full screen on this, and we'll go here. So I accumulated a few fun things of the Pleiadian nature. Oh, this is kind of interesting. No, actually, I think we'll just play this, and then we'll depart from it. And then I want to play some stuff that I didn't watch. Came from MIA, the chick who sang, I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border. And it was like, well, I don't even know what this song means, but what a banger back in the day. She's having a mental breakdown, which I think is always good. She kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Tila Tequila situation where they got like too far off the reservation and maybe they're spilling Illuminati secrets. Could be. But before we get there, we have to visit some white women. I thought I had more on the white women Pleiadians thing, but maybe there will actually be some in the comments if I take a gander. Maybe. All right. Let's make. Am I sharing this? Let's share this. MIA. There we go. Coriander. Oh, interesting question here. Swamp Fox Mike says, "Is it gay to take a hot bath? I just took a hot bath. My knees were killing me today. Do I just deal with the pain, or I sit like a fag in the bath and feel better?" I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked that question. It's a very important question. And I would say that it's not gay, but there is a caveat. And the caveat is that water better be like nearly unbearable. So I will do, if I feel like I'm getting a little under the weather, I kind of believe in like sweating it out. You know what I mean? Got to sweat it out. And that's not science and that's not medicine, but that's how I feel. Intuitively inside, I go, something's in me. It's not good. I got to sweat it out. So I'll buy an 8-pound bag of Epsom salt, and I don't know how much you're supposed to add, but I pretty much add the whole thing. Because are we having an Epsom salt bath or are we not? So I will dump in the entire, it's like a small pillow of Epsom salt, and I will make it so that it hurts. So it takes me a long time to get in. I'm typically just standing around in my bathroom naked. I'll put my foot in. I'll go, oh, and I'll take my foot out, and then I'll wait. I'll just stand there. And then once I'm in there, the objective is to sweat. And then I go like, oh, well, it's opening up my pores too, right? So like mad Epsom salts is getting inside me. So I don't think it's gay. If you get into it, if you add like a, if you're like an essential oil ass nigga, that's a little gay. But if you're like there to suffer, if you're there to suffer, because I go, something's inside me, it too needs to suffer. So if I'm going to suffer, I'm going to make you suffer. I'm turning up the temperature in here, and we're going to suffer, and you're going to leave. Does that make sense? Well, maybe this is okay. So the ghost of Raven's right testicle says you are digesting the Epsom salt rectally. So gay. I mean, I'll admit I haven't considered that. That might be something I need to consider. Amen Rat, sweet Amen Rat says nothing feels gayer than laying in a bath with your knees out of the water because the tub is Raven size. Well, I have a considerably deep tub, and I am, Raven size, so I get all the way in that bitch. I am submerged. So here's the litmus test. Scott is an essential oils faggot. The litmus test is when you get out of the bath, you should be worried you're going to fall. Like, you should be in there for so long, and it should be so hot. I don't smoke, and I'll drink, like, occasionally. But when I used to, shout out to you if you know what this is, a lot of it doesn't hit you until you stand up. And when you stand up after a lot of drinking or you stand up after a lot of smoking, you go, oh, shit, I didn't know it was like that. That is the same thing that should happen to you when you stand up after being in the tub. You should stand up in that tub and go, oh, no. You should feel like you need help, but because you're a man, you're not going to ask for help. So it creates like a little sense of danger. And that's medical information. Baths are gay, cats show up. No, because you can't let the cats in. You can't keep the doors open. You can't even keep the curtain open. It has to be like a sauna in there. But we should have done the Bible. We were supposed to do a Bible study today, but I didn't know that straight Bible was going to go for an hour and a half. And I had been there since 9 o'clock in the morning. I said, no, we can't do it. Shower cigarettes. I don't have those because I never smoke cigarettes, but shower beers, that's a good time. Shower whiskey, even better time. I do enjoy a shower whiskey. That's very rude. Bird bath tips with Raven. Okay, so here, let's get into these white women. Here we go. This is everybody's favorite stinky whore. She was going hyper viral. She's just a part of this thing. But it says, is this an enlightened person? I don't think so. What are your thoughts? Let's make it big screen. Hey, keep it down over there, MIA. You're spoiling. MIA looks like a brown Christina Pazinski. That's interesting.
Can someone explain to me the phenomenon of this personality type?
I am great.
It seems that in my lifetime, a new type of enlightened individual has emerged.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I had to stop it because I remember this video and I know what noises this bitch is about to make. I can't stand this lady. Like, I can't stand this lady. I know she smells bad and everything, and it's not good. But, like, I never saw this one before. This chick has a real knack for going viral. She really figured it out. And look, in large part, people like me or TopLobsta, we aided in that because we said, look at this, absolute clown bitch. Can you believe it? So, yeah, that's going to aid in her virality. I've never seen this, but go ahead and listen to these noises.
Seems that in my lifetime, a new type of enlightened individual has emerged. Someone who claims
Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! Hey, where's Top? If you're still in the chat, Top, what if we were in church and they started doing that noise when they spoke in tongues? Huh? I'm not gonna lie to you. That makes me want to hit a woman. That makes me want to hit a woman. That's a crazy noise to make. And there's simply no way around it. I think the only way forward is violence. I think the only way forward is violence. Old World Micmac says, YT girl shamans be hot. No. I don't think they are. I don't think they're actually hot. What are we at, 20 seconds? Because this chick right here, guys, how much makeup is this? How much, how much effort? This is a regular looking bitch. I'm not saying she's ugly or anything like that, but I'm just saying, look at her eyes. Look at her eyebrows. It's just the amount of effort that's going into it. And people are like, oh, this chick is hot or that chick's hot. I'm like, I don't know about all that. I think they're just wearing, at any given moment, $40-something worth of product.
someone who
She's speaking pig Latin. Right? I mean, yeah, that's a great point. Ridcock says, I thought they were scared of appropriation. I can't keep up with this shit. Yeah, I don't know. But it's white women.
claims to be able to channel godlike entities.
Feel the energy of the blue avians.
Feel the energy of the blue avians. And you might think this is like a joke, but I don't think it's a joke. By the way, we're going to see a guy later on who also claims to be like an avian blue, and he looks just like this bitch. It's kind of weird. And it makes me go maybe there is something up. Maybe it's a different race.
Godlike entities.
Feel the energy of the blue avians.
And aliens from other dimensions.
Here are 3 signs.
There he is. This is the Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, get ready. This might be you. Here are 3 signs you're an Arcturian starseed. By the way, this is the same chick that we just saw a moment ago, right? That was doing the clicks in the whatever, the chatter.
You might be an Arcturian starseed.
They appear to be in.
Oh, okay. He's not going to tell us. I almost want to know now. Yeah, I mean, this is how I feel. Yep. There you go. Oh, I can't. Everybody's talking too much. Council of Saturn. That's where have we heard this before? And look, you know what the thing is? I almost don't doubt that these retards are channeling something. But it's so gay. Who jerked off dolphins? Who did that? Oh, I like that one. Kate says, it's stupid. They say if you've never broken a bone before, you may be a starseed. Yeah, I've never broken a bone before, and I'm a retard.
Present themselves as being extremely spiritual or in touch with other world.
Bro, who is this? Who's this lady? Somebody know who's this? I think we brought this up on Nef to America once upon a time. This is not this is somebody who is part of the Trump administration or some crazy shit, right? Or am I tripping? I could be tripping.
The phenomenon.
Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy to be here. Yes, indeed.
Oh my God, bro. Okay. This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. This is the craziest. I mean, this is beyond even what the clicking sounds and everything. What is she? Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy. This is crazy, bro. Hold on a second. Beep, beep, beep.
being extremely spiritual or in touch with otherworldly
The way she just like it look 1 second she looks like just totally normal, and then all the second
phenomena.
or all of a sudden.
Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy to be here. Yes, indeed, dear one. Yes, we are here.
But what's really going on here? Are these people part of a new
Look at the nose on that bitch, by the way. It's a Christian show. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know. We were talking to Matt, and Matt's like, it's not, swearing isn't swearing. You could say fucking shit. He led us in prayer the other day, and he dropped F-bombs to the Lord, and I was like, whoa! Is that all right?
spiritual revolution? Or is it simply an identity where people display the
So that's what I'm saying. Like, people will see her and they'll go like, she's hot. And I think the only reason you feel that way is because you've played a lot of video games where like there are female antagonists or protagonists, whatever, that are, you know, of the elfkin variety that they make, you know, look good. And then you see this thing and you go like, but no, man, run that bitch to a car wash and look what she is like when she gets out the other. It's just not, it's nothing special. It's just, sometimes I think as guys, we look at different as like hot. Like if it's different, it's hot. I've been with a lot of chicks that are different. And if you give it enough time, that different really loses its luster. And then you're like, this bitch is agitating as shit. And the hot goes away.
themselves on social media as spiritually enlightened?
I'm a starseed. I'm a starseed.
Can living like these actually make your life more tolerable and meaningful? Or is it all a bunch of f***ing bullshit? You be the judge.
Bro, that shit right there, I gotta tell you, it is the culmination of all no, I didn't. You niggas gay played Halo and Call of Duty. No, bro, you're just boring, bro. You're just boring. Look, those are great games, but I played other shit where they made like elves and everything, and you could shoot magic, and I don't know, maybe I gotta repent for it. Who knows, baby? But this room right here, it smells crazy, right? You have the acoustic guy. I don't think the acoustic guy is up on the list. He's like top 5 most insufferable whites. Most insufferable whites. But when you mix them with being a starseed, that's crazy. Because a starseed is like, I don't know. I mean, how do we rank these whites? It's a starseed is like number 2. On the most, I don't know what the most insufferable white is. I don't know what the most insufferable white is, but I mean, the most insufferable white is probably reserved for like the offended, blue-haired, fat. I don't know what's more annoying, female to male or male to female. It's hard. So maybe I would say women are super annoying. So a female to male is just super agitating. Like, you know what? I'm not going to lie. You know what brings me an incredible amount of rage? Out of nowhere. I got to admit, I dismiss them outright. And I know we're talking about white people, but I guess I have to go back to black people. Is studs. You guys know what a stud is? I don't like them. I see them and I immediately get angry. Wow, Stack says a wigger is the worst. I kind of like, some wiggers are great. I like Q. Q's he's a wigger. No, but like a stud. Like a stud is a black lesbian that's trying to present as male and then has like this aggressive vibe on top of it. They're usually fat, and the fatness helps mask their breasts when they wear a wife beater. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but we have to get back to the whites. So I would say a male to female probably the most annoying white female to male. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Number 1 is female to male. Second place is male to female. Third place is a starseed. And I'd say around 5th place is an acoustic playing white guy. So I don't know where it puts this guy. He might have jumped to a strong second place by being a combination of acoustic playing starseed white guy. Now, Q, what are you talking about, bro? All right. We're going to play one more video, and then we're going to go to our intermission so we can get to the caller segment faster. You know what I'm saying? So let's, we'll go ahead and go back to the DMs. Where is the thing? There it is. And this one I didn't watch it. This is MIA. I want to see where this goes. Unsure, uncertain, but fascinating caption. Let's go ahead and bring it up. So it says, shut the hell up, MIA. Okay. Quote, they wanted me to do plastic surgery and satanic rituals to sell records. Singer MIA claims Jay-Z and Beyonce pressured her into blood rituals. Black goo? Oh. Black goo, that's interesting that comes up. Doesn't she look like a mocha Christina Pazinski? So, blood rituals, black goo, and devil horns. Saying the industry runs on control and perversion. Okay. Let's make her big. Let's let her rip.
Jay-Z and I signed to Rock Nation. The first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. I'm not insecure because I would have got plastic surgery. People make it, they all can turn around and thank Beyonce because that's it. And enough is enough. I'm fucking coming for everyone now. And even Adele, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager. And bitch, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. So I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. All be a witch. All be that. All of that. Fuck all of them. I met Jay-Z and I signed.
Oh, this isn't as manic as I expected. I actually don't have any gripe with what she just said. You know? Yeah, Biggest Foheadis says she's coming for the queen. She better be ready. I kind of wonder if those guys, if their time has come and passed. Would until she spoke. Well, she's British, and that's a huge problem. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the days of kind of a Jay-Z, Beyonce power, handle on the industry has faded away. There was a time right before the lockdowns where we were getting those images of Jay-Z and Marina Abramovic doing, spirit cooking events and just really creepy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. That's actually a fun little video maybe we could bring up. I don't even know where my cursor is. Okay, there it is. So that was, man, it would have been 6 years ago now, right? Time sure does fly when you're being blapped by the media and all kinds of horrible crap. Jay-Z Abramovic. I don't know if I spelled that bitch's name right. You know who I'm talking about, the witch. Let's see if I can find this. Yeah. That's kind of it. Where's the videos? I get a lot of images, but I'm not getting a lot of videos. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, this is like height of the John Podesta situation, too. It's a weird time. Yeah, here, let's check it out. Really strange time. With a sharp knife cut deeply into your middle finger of your left hand, eat the pain. Yeah, this is and then John Podesta shows up. He's got a bandage on his middle finger, and he's into all these events too. All right, let's let this. So this is just really weird. I mean, if you guys remember who Jay-Z is, Marcy Projects, Jay-Z, the Black Album Jay-Z. Yeah, I this is a little out of character. Yeah, so she's got a little effigy here in the corner. Fresh morning urine. Sprinkle over nightmare dreams. She's got this little effigy, and this effigy she covers in pig blood. So Marina Abramovic being an artist, she's just an artist. That's all. Who takes a child-sized effigy and covers it in pig blood. She does a photo shoot on a mountain of baby parts, but it's baby doll parts. It's not weird. Open Satanists, but it's all fair, right? All things are fair in art. I don't know. That's not an expression. I might have just made that up. I'm probably going to get a copy struck for this music. You know what? It's probably too late for me, guys. It's too late for me, but we'll let this rip out, turn this thing off. So, yeah, there you go. Coagulated pig blood. She's shaking it off into a fucking... And this is art. This is art. I don't know what you guys are recoiling for. Look at that. Child-sized effigy, a little pig blood. And I like... Look around, by the way, at the Jay-Z side of the slide. Just white people loving it. Starseeds everywhere. There's a Pleiadian. There's a Pleiadian. There's a Pleiadian. And they're just loving it. They love this. This is art. This is high-level shit. Very impressive. I mean, God. What a goblin of a woman. What a disgusting creature that nobody is confused why Jay-Z is interacting with this bitch. So, she looks like such a nice lady. Yeah, shout out Jay Brooks. Yeah, so this to me felt like kind of the death throes of you know, whatever sort of stranglehold Jay-Z and Beyonce had on the industry. So all of that to say, I think MIA is she's probably all right. Dickie, dude. Dickie said, you know, that pussy is so mid. That is a crazy thing to say about Marina Abramovic. Crazy thing to say about it. And by the way, yeah, Jay-Z totally banged her, right? I mean, that's what you do. That's the point. So yeah, what is she saying? I don't want to get covered in blood. I don't want to get covered in black goo. Interesting that they always do that, right? It's always like, if you think about like Doja Cat, right? She's been covered in black goo. She's been covered in blood. All the big artists have been covered in blood, and they're doing the devil horns, and because she won't do that, I guess she's insinuating her career gets stifled. It could have just been a one-hit wonder. I wonder, speaking of one-hit wonders, if that's what happens. You know, you have like a band or whatever come out, and they just like serve up a banger, and it's like iconic. You're like, I know that song. I have no idea who sang it. That's a real one-hit wonder, by the way. When somebody said, when you go, oh, I know that song, and then when you find out who sang it, you go, I don't even know the name of that. Like, that doesn't even sound familiar. Never heard of that band name in my life. Like, that's a true definition of a one-hit wonder. Not like you hear it, and then when you go, oh, those guys. Like, no. You need to go like, still don't know what that is when you hear the name of the band. But maybe that's what happens. They're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Interesting shit, though. Look, guys, we're going to... Oh, you know what, by the way? Joe Brown, hey, I just got out of church, and this is the first thing that I see. Yeah, it's been a rough show. I want to thank, by the way, on the you know... the topic of the things that we just saw. What a clunky segue this is going to be. But shout out to whoever's out there who called the Standard Coffee Shop today, or the other day really, and said they wanted to make a donation. And what they donated was 60 Bibles. How cool is that? 60 Bibles showed up today in a big old box, and now we're giving them away to people who stop at the standard coffee shop. It's just what an awesome thing. What a unique thing, but what an awesome thing to do. But Matt with 3 T's never caught your name. I'd like to thank you. You know, unsung hero. But I don't know who you are. So if you are out there and you're wondering where your thank you is, well, we don't know who to address it to. 60 Mormon Bibles. Johnny Leach nailed it. No. They are New Living. Is it New Living Version? I have one somewhere. I'll grab it afterwards. The NLT or the NLV. Somebody was upset. They use gender neutral language in this. Like, really? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I just think it's whatever it is. It's probably a good place to start. If you can just get a Bible in your hand, if you didn't have one before. You know, that's the first step of going in the direction, and then God will work on you. God will work on you. Don't get too caught up in translations, really. I know to a degree it is important, but I think like stepping in that direction is what's really important. New Living Translation could be. I think it might be. Hey, it's my wife. My wife! Yeah, she knows. Something Gnostic, gay stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But I do think it's a great step in the right direction. Okay, so thank you to that person. We're gonna go and we're gonna play some intermission music, and I am gonna make a pee-pee. And when we come back, we're gonna check on some donations. If you want to donate to the show, David Corbo 7 on all the things, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We'll check for Rumble rants. So let's write that down because I'm retarded. We gotta check Rumble, and then we gotta check PayPal. And we got to check Cash App. And we got to check Venmo. And then we'll open the lines and we'll take some calls. Oh, yeah, I got to play something while I go pee. All right, here we go. Get ready for the schizo music. It's over. I see a lot of people don't like this. I can't explain to you how much I love it. It's never going to change. I will see to it that it remains a part of this forever. That music it brings me a lot of joy. I didn't go pee-pee. Instead, I ate a Snickers, and now I have to pay for it tomorrow. Satisfies. That was a good camera change. This show is brought to you by Snickers. That's not true. I have a real problem with chocolate. A real problem with chocolate. That's my big thing. My big thing is chocolate. Big fan of chocolate. All right, well, let's get into some donations. At the bottom of the screen there, David L. Corbo on all the... No, I'm sorry. David Corbo 7. Oh, my God. This is a crazy... Hold on a second. If you guys want to donate, do that, but we got to talk about this. This is crazy. Dude, I had Dubai chocolate for the first time recently. I was out with my wife, and we were at TJ Maxx, which is our favorite place to be. And I said, this looks interesting. What is this? I picked it up. I said, this is heavy. It was a whole bar, like a thick-ass bar. I said, this is heavy. And I like that about chocolate. I like when the chocolate is like, it's got some weight to it. No, Johnny Leach, you are mistaken. It is fantastic. I didn't know that there was like a thing about it, like it was a trendy thing. I learned afterwards because I took to the internet and I said, holy shit. Y'all ever heard about Dubai chocolate? And then I found out that it's like a whole, people talk about it all the time. It's kind of new, I guess. Wow. So I wasn't tainted by the internet's opinion of it. It is so good. There's like a pistachio, and so the filling is like a pistachio, almost like a phyllo. What would you call it? Like a phyllo dough. It's very crispy. So it's a crispy, mushy, yummy. It's so good. Actually, no, it's my favorite. It's my favorite chocolate. Camera 3, it's my favorite chocolate. I mean, what the it's so good. I was like really taken back by how good it was. I said, "What? What the fuck is this? This is so good." And then I gave it to my wife, who's not a chocolate person. And yeah, dude. My wife, $12 for a regular size chocolate bar. And I'd pay it every single time. Every single time. Wow. Wow. I don't give a shit if it's $12. I will go into debt. And then I got really concerned, too, because, so later on, my wife, she was out, and she's like, I know he really likes this, so she's going to get me, she wants to get me more. Because that is what makes a happy, healthy relationship. And she knows that. So she's out, and she goes, I'm going to get him more. But I'm not going to lie, I think she came back with, these little ones in a bag. And this is how I was so messed up about it. I was like, yo, I don't know if the ratio is going to be, because whatever I had was crazy. When you put that shit in a brick, because let's be honest, it was $12, but it was like 12 pounds. Like, it was a big chocolate. It was huge. So now I'm all messed up. I'm like, bro, what about the ratio? Like, I don't know if these little ass stupid Dubai chocolates are going to be as good, because it might have been the ratio that was really. Even the little ones are good. Wow. You know what's crazy? Swamp Fox Mike says, I'll just put a green airhead on a Hershey's. But it's not going to be the same. Hershey's, does anybody else think that Hershey's smells like poop? Does anybody else think that Hershey's chocolate bar smells like poop? It smells like poop. Maybe that's just me. Tastes good though. No more donations to Raven today. He's going to spend it all on Dubai chocolate. Dude, I don't like every time I go to TJ Maxx or something, I look, but they only have the ones in the back. If I find the brick of Dubai chocolate with the phyllo-infused pistachio cream, yeah, I might fuck around and buy 3. But if it's in the bags, I'm not even going to do it. Because there's an experience around having enough chocolate you could fuck a man up with it. Like if you would kind of like throw anything flat and it would go like a flat, like a dip. If you fucking, and you hit a man with that, you could fracture an orbital. I'm not going to lie. If I get sugar in me, I get a little bit. All right, we're going to go. We're going to look at the things now. Let's look at these donations. We're going to open up these lines. Don't forget, guys, if you want to leave a voice memo before the lines are open, 321-209-8551. You can call. You can leave a voice memo. Let's check in with Rumble real quick. I've not done it at all. I don't know. I could be missing things over here. I really should have had this open. I had all that time for the music, and then I didn't open it. Okay, good. We got nothing on Rumble. That was easy. What's up, SG Mar? Good to see you. Are you blapping or guamming? Let's check out. Oh, we had one donation come in here. Pardon me. Oh, Simma 311 with the big fat $20 donation. Big Guam. You are Guam. I wish I had. We need a blap button and a Guam button. And we can press it consecutively. Blap, 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 Guam. Blap, Guam. Blap, 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 Guam. Wait, if I do this right now, I can turn this into a button. Blap. No. Blap, Guam. All right, that's the soundbite. 1 hour, 8 minutes into it. I'm going to write that down. 1 hour, 8 minutes in. Blap, Guam. There we go. Thank you, Simma. It says, this is my first live chat. I'm so excited. I'm excited. Stop it. Thank you for the blap. Thank you for the Guam. Let's get into the donations on Cash App. We'll check Cash App. We're getting a lot of notifications on Cash. Whoa, what's happening here? All right, we got things. Hold on. We blapping, we guamming. What's happening? Hey, it's Valkyrie. What the heck's going on? I haven't seen Valkyrie in a long time. Thank you, Valkyrie. Red Light Special. I appreciate it very much. A $5 donation. Very nice. Guys, Borat was like a great film. And I think we don't, give enough credit to how much it changed the culture. I have a cousin. Shout out Cousin Gabe. Some of you guys might have met him at Bohemian Grove. He was our security. And every time I talk to him, like if I talk to him, I go, cousin. Hello, cousin. Like every time. That's how we talk to each other. When we were younger, we used to smoke a lot of weed. We used to just talk to each other in Borat accent. Like nonstop. Oh, no, cousin. Very nice. Thank you, Valkyrie. Scott, what are you doing? You're just blapping all over the place. So many donations came in from Scott. Scott, thank you very much. This is why he's done it. Oh, no. I'll tell you what, Scott. I've been helping my kid with his math, and I think I'm getting better. Thank you for the $1.23 donation. He appears to have just sent me a flag. I don't know what the flag is. I'm not good with the geography. And then thank you once again, Scott, for the $3.21 donation. I see what you did there. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Shout out to Grizz, became a papa. Shout out to ANCAP Grizzly. His little boy Elijah was born, I believe. Guys, W is in the chat for ANCAP Grizzly and his little boy Elijah. This is a wholesome show. And that's the kind of thing we do here. Why you say geography and laugh? Thank you. Shout out to Scott again for the $4.56 donation. For Nancy Cat Food Fund. Oh, that's nice. I don't know what Nancy's doing tonight. Probably lucid dreaming. So let's toss that up there. What was that? $4 and no. $6.54 for. Did I skip something? No, that's it. And then an additional $6.54 donation from Scott for LOL, which is just him laughing about the math that I'm going to have to do. Here we go. We got one from Nick. He says, please scold Top and Matt for earlier. Yeah, they really dropped the ball. Like I said, guys, not blapping, not guamming. A little embarrassing. If I'm honest. But you know, I mean, we're kind of all retards. There we go. We got 1W in the chat for this guy's kid. What the fuck? Hey, there we go. And Dickie Walnuts with the big $10 donation. Thank you, brother. And he did a little hand heart emoji. Well, isn't that nice? I'll do it back to you. It's this one. Nope, it's this one. Camera 2. That's for you, Dickie Walnuts. All right, that's enough on the Cash App front. Let's go check out Venmo. And then after this, we're going to open up these lines and we're going to take some calls. Oh, there we go. W's in the chat, you lazy pieces of shit. All right. I appreciate it. Hey, it's Atma. Atma with the $6.37 donation. Damn it, dude. He says, it's the word I can't say again. Also fun. I wonder what word he can't say. Can we get a Rumble rant read? I'll go over. I'll read some Rumble rants. Thank you, Atma, for the $6.37 donation. Let's check out Rumble. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, boop, boop, boop. I got to get rid of this so I can actually see. There's no Rumble rants. Can we get a Rumble rant read? There's no Rumble rants. Come on. What are you talking about? Unbelievable, Mr. Eugenics. Wasting my time. All right, let's check PayPal, and then we're going to open up the lines. We're going to open up the lines. We will read if there's any donations that come in. We'll check it one more time at the end of the show. Boop. I really like that song. I'm not even a little bummed out that you guys don't like it. What the hell's going on? All I'm looking at is Marina Abramovic. Hey, Swamp Fox Mike's with the $5 donation. He says, I just wanted to remind everybody that if you pay for Patreon, you could also not get to view streams, laughing my ass off. Yep, that's fine. We deserve it. We deserve it. Thank you for the $5 donation, Swamp Fox Mike. Okay, hey, we got a voicemail come in. We're going to deal with that in a second. What's today? Today's the 3rd was Monday. Okay, so we did that. So this is today. Thank you, Kate. Anti-Speciesist for the $4.44 donation. And she just says Starseed. If anybody's a Starseed, Kate, it's you. And I mean that in an endearing way and not in a you're an insufferable white woman way. We love Kate around here. Okay. Thank you very much, Kate. And let's get rid of this stuff. That's all good. All right. We're going to stop reading donations for now. We're going to open up the line. But before we do that, we got a voicemail. We got a voice. We're going to listen to it. All right. Werewolves. What are you talking about, Blap Jew? Blap Jew. Let's see real quick. We got one voice memo. And I got to make sure we're going to actually be able to hear this. This is shared to the stage, right? Okay. All right. Guys, please let me know rapidly if you can hear it so that I'm not just nodding my head at nothing for a long time. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to let her rip. I just got to make sure we're all good here. And let go. No, that's not the right one. I have an old one highlighted. That was about our anger discussion. Here we go. My bad. Did you guys hear that though? We use that as we can hear it. Okay, great. Scott says no audio. Fucking Scott. All right. Oh, okay. Here we go. This was Q's rant, Corbo. He says, all that shit is cute and all. Would it fucking kill you to wish me a very racist good morning with the hardest of ours? Come on, man. One little time ain't gonna hurt you. A very racist good morning with the hardest of ours to Q. That's a throwback. I don't know if everybody knows what that means. Good morning. Good morning. No, I know there's no audio, guys, because it's not playing right now. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm going to play it. All right, here's the voicemail. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I know you guys are going to say you couldn't hear that. Agatha, you lying ass. Quit playing with me. Oh, my God, you guys. No. No. Now my wife is saying it too. My wife, I swear to you guys, if you got my wife in on this, I'm going to freak out. Oh, man. All right. Oh, no, I don't want to get got. No, I swear to you. I swear to you. I don't want to get got. There's no way. Why wouldn't it be playing? Oh. Yeah, I did it, guys. My distrust for you guys caused me to shoot my own self in the foot. All right. Good game, guys. Good game. Share this tab instead. There you go. Yep. No, I know. I know you can't. I can't. I believe you now. I know you can't hear it. The fuck was that? It's a loud noise come from the front of the coffee shop, but I am alone here. Yes, I know that we didn't have audio there. Very aware of that. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it this time. This time we're all gonna hear it. Here it goes.
Hello, Hard R Raven with 3N. This is Chuck calling from Guam. I'm at work, so I can't talk long. Wanted you to know I upgraded to Retardio. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Out.
It's very nice. Did you guys hear that? Please, for the love of God, just tell me. Okay, Blap Juice can hear it. Did you guys hear that noise, by the way? Yeah, Chuck is awesome. If that's the same Chuck that I believe it is, he's actually the whole purpose, of the Guaming. I believe that's Chuck, the source of the Guam. And so, thank you very much, Chuck. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate you upgrading to Retardio. Did nobody else heard the noise? Okay, nobody else heard the noise. Horrific noise. Shout out to Chuck. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you, and thank you for supporting. W Chuck. Yes. Can you play it? You guys didn't hear other noises. All right. I just got a little shook, a little weird. That was a little weird. You think I should go look at it, or should I just keep doing a show and just jeopardize my... Did we just abandon the studio at Top's house? No, we didn't. But, the thing about this one is we get to talk to all these people. And it's kind of awesome. You know what I mean? You guys can't really see it. I guess maybe you could, huh? Hold on. Which one is that? We want that one. Okay, we're on camera 3. So this isn't going to be good for the audio listeners, but we don't really care about them. I'm going to show you. So what you guys just saw is yes, I am the one who dresses the set. That's the Christian library that's out here. And pretty soon that area with the sofas you just saw, I bought a bunch of stuff for that. I'm going to redecorate that too. So like all the wallpaper and painting and all that other stuff is going to happen out there too. And so yeah, I just opened those sliding doors and like all these people are just there hanging. And we get to meet them and talk to them. We meet all these like cool characters that come through the shop. And so we're like building this community. And the other one, we don't build any community in Top's place, but that studio is a lot of fun too. But that feels like it's a little bit more for like Neph to America, maybe. I don't know. Pulling out a sword. No, I'm not pulling out the sword. The sword is not here. The sword's at my house. I'm still trying to find a machinist to machine an end piece for me. And I would like to deal with somebody local. Are you not worried about what happened there before the coffee shop? No. Nah. Yeah, Chronicles episodes, Neph to America is at Top's place. Matt thought that he wanted to do Chronicles with us. And then he found out. He's like, dude, why does it say Wigger? I'm like, I don't know. It's Chronicles, dude. So he wasn't happy about that. I think he's going to stick with like the Bible studies. All right, let's go. We're going to open the lines up, and we're going to get to Blappin'. We're going to get to Guamin', all that, and so much more. The lines are officially open. Let her rip, Tater Chips, and we'll take a few calls. It's still... Oh, wow, that was really fast. All right, we're going to take a call right now. Did I not? I didn't pick it up. Thank you for calling the Raven. This is the Raven. What's your name and where are you from?
Yo, it's Dickie. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
Man, I feel like I missed out on a lot. I haven't seen you guys in a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been busy, and we changed up a lot of what we do, and then we've kind of gotten a little, not MIA, but a little quieter on Twitter. But I guess we're back now. I guess we're doing this. How are you, man? How's the family?
Bro, we're good. I got 3 months of parental leave, so just chilling. I'm here drinking beer with my oldest right now. We're taking it easy. So, been loving it.
That's great, man. How is it being back? Is it a little bit of it's such a speed change?
Yeah, I mean, I went from like barely seeing my family. I'd be working like 14 hours a day. Now I can just hang. Like every day, I pretty much take my son out on the swamp to canoe, or we go to the park or something. So it's been the best. Like I'm making up for a lot of lost time with both of my boys. But yeah, I tuned in and I saw you guys had this new studio. It looked really cool. Hopefully, if I'm in Florida sometime soon, I can make my way to Central Florida and check it out. I don't know when I would be able to, but it's pretty dope.
Well, we're doing Bohemian Grove first week of March. I don't know what your schedule. I know if you're here now, I don't know that you'll be. But if you are around, if there's any way that you could make it down here and hang out with all the dangerous retards in real life, we're doing the first day at the coffee shop, and the second day we're doing it at a venue with a lot of performances. But it'd be great to have you. I mean, but we are in the coffee shop. Anytime you find yourself in the area for whatever reason, we tell everybody, drop by, man. We're probably going to be here.
Oh yeah, dude. March probably isn't going to happen. I'm going to have a lot of things going on then. Oh man, whenever I get the chance, I'm going to try to, bro. I haven't been to Central Florida in a few years, so.
I hope it's not prying too much, Dickie. But what is like your day like when you're out there, when you're you're at work?
I can't talk too much about it, but most of it's just class. I have to do a lot of studies for a lot of confidential things.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I can say. Yeah.
So on a scale from dope to boring, where is your day falling?
So boring, dude. Well, okay, it's hard, so that's the not boring part, but it's not fun. I mean, now it's fun because I can do what I want, but like regular day to day, bro, it's like 14 plus hours a day. I'm there. I'm usually there. Cause like I would text y'all group chat a few times, and usually it was just maybe at lunch during a small break or like early ass in the morning. So pretty much just studying classwork, learning a lot of things. Pretty much what I can say.
Man, that sounds like a grind. How much longer you got in your service?
So what I'm doing right now is going to be like another year and a half, just with more school, and then I'm going to have 4 more years after that. Hey, buddy, probably 2 more if I re-enlist, because they're going to pay a lot of money to re-enlist and tack another 2 years on. So I'm probably going to do like a total of 8, I think.
What is it going to be boring stuff forever? You got something more interesting on the horizon?
I mean, it gets a little better once you learn it. Like, it's less boring because you know what you're doing. But afterwards, yeah, I mean, it opens the door for a lot of good jobs. That's really the only reason I did it, because the bonuses were good and the job opportunities were even better. But I mean, honestly, I'll say this, like, it's been worth it because even though I'm not doing what I want to do, God has like opened up a lot of things to pay for, well, not pay, but provide for my family. Like, I wasn't able to do that as well as I am now. So now my wife is able to stay at home with both my boys. I can work, and then now I'm getting time with them, which is cool. But like before, we were both grinding, and like we had a second one on the way, and I was in school trying to do something new. So like now it sucks. It's a lot harder, but it's worth it. Like, and God is good. Like, he gives me a lot of good friends and a lot of good leadership. So
well, it's good that you can have your wife spend so much time with your kid. That was one of the things that was really important to me and my wife, was this idea that we would suffer through whatever the financial issues were, if that's what it took for her to be, home with him not to be raised by somebody else, and a lot of people, because of how stressful it is, how expensive everything is, and jobs pay shit and this and that. That's something that a lot of people don't have a way out of that choice. That's what they have to do. They have to enlist the help of a grandparent or something, and the grandparent is going to basically raise them. And if that's not an option, somebody might choose like a daycare or something like that. And it was always really important to us to be there all the time. So, I've been blessed in a huge way like that. But I'm glad to hear that it gives her the time to spend with your kids, because that's huge. You don't get to do that over.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of shit for it from some people, and like, it's not easy. Like, it's not what I wanted to do. But like, you're a man, you don't get to do what you want to do all the time. Like right now, you're doing a lot of, it seems like what you want to do now, but you didn't get to that point overnight, right? So
no, I got my ass kicked in the dirt for a long time, and I worked jobs I hated. I mean, hated, and I was gone till late in the afternoon. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but it's never great, especially in the winter hours. Like, you go in early and the sun's not up, and then you come home and the sun's gone down, and then what is it? It's a couple hours till bedtime or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's not a sob story, but it's definitely like, no, it sucked a lot until all of the sudden it didn't suck. So yeah, I get to do what I want right now, and I'm enjoying it for as long as God will allow it to happen.
Well, yeah, it's not a sob story. It's a story of like inspiration and hope, because everybody, like 90-something% of people are doing something that they hate, but like, it just goes to show, like, it can get better. It doesn't always get better for some people, but like it can. And like you'll be clocking in, you know, for me, like 12, 14 hours at the fuck you factory all day long. But like it gets better. Like,
yeah, I think
I come home to my kids and I see God through them, you know.
Yeah, I think the thing that it's like everybody can do it. I know it doesn't work out for some people, but it's like you look at this whole situation, your life, as like a sort of a problem that needs solving. Not a problem in the sense of like a burden or something negative, but like, you know, a nut to crack. And if you just give up on trying to crack the nut, you know, then that's what it is. You just settle down and get ready for whatever this thing is that you don't want to do. But it's all right to do something you don't want to do for however long it takes while you keep working different angles and try to figure out like, well, what about this? Or what? It's just like when you throw the towel in on like having ideas or pursuing something that's meaningful to you or, you know, things like that. I think that's when it gets a little bit sticky. But otherwise, who the hell knows how long it takes to even get out of it? You know, for some people, it's like, you know, they come out of school and they got it all figured out. Something amazing happens for them. And then you hear stories of, you know, what's this guy's name? I know he's dead now in Serbia somewhere, but Jordan Peterson, he was like 50, right? Like he was like 50 something years old before all of a sudden something opened up. So it's just like, you know, as much as that dude is a horror story, there is that nugget right there that's like hyper inspirational where it's like, yeah, it's never done. 40 years old, something could break through. 50 years old, something could break through. 60 years old, something could break through, and you could have the most meaningful experiences. It's just like, don't just toss the towel in and say, well, I guess this is it until I die.
Yeah, like I'm still in my 20s and I got friends that they're younger than me and they'll get like all doomer about it. I'm like, bro, you're so young. Like you have so much of your life ahead of you. I mean, I felt the same way at times when I was their age too, but like, dude, you never know. Like, look at you. I mean, a couple of years ago, like you started this show, and I know you've been podcasting for a bit before that, but like, did you see this show being at this level in that amount of time when you started?
So I mean, yeah, I podcasted for a long time, right? And I always felt like it was what I was supposed to do, but I will say there was something. It was like God whispering to me when it came to Nephilim Death Squad. Even before, I don't know if my wife is in the chat, but we were in New Orleans when Top called me. I had done like one episode with him, and he calls me up. I'm in a hotel room, and he goes, "We should do this." And I go, "Huh, maybe there's something there. I'll talk to you when I come back from vacation." And I hung up, and I told her, I said, "I think this is it. Something's just telling me this is it. This is it." And, but no, I had no idea it would be this fast. I lost my job about 1.5 years ago, and we weren't making money, maybe a little bit. You know, if I made like $2,000 in a month, that was crazy. And Nick, anybody who's podcasting will tell you like, yeah, $2,000 in a month for a podcast is crazy as hell. But it was like 1 month or something I made that. And I said, I think there's something here. And I told my wife, I can go. Like, I'll hit the pavement right now. I can get a job. She knows me. I'm really good at getting jobs. I've had more jobs than people probably should have. And I got really good at getting them. But I said, or I could take a crack at this thing because I think I could make it work. And that's when Timeline Cleanse happened. That's when I started grinding, and I was doing Timeline Cleanse all the time because every penny counted. And I said, I'm not going to give up on this without saying I utilize as much time as I could. If I'm home and I'm not employed, then why am I not streaming? Why am I not trying to figure something out? Why am I not building something? So I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stream. I'm going to build. I'm going to work my ass off. And she said, okay, cool. Let's give it a month. We'll see where we're at next month. Next month, made a little bit of money again. It was enough to, you know, pay the bills and this and that. And she goes, okay, we'll do it again. And those first 3 months were like everything. That was like nose to the grindstone, you know, living in a shithole. But having this, like, you know what it was like? You're trying to make a fire and you've got that palm full of embers like they do on, like, what's that damn show? Naked and Afraid and shit. You know, they've got like a little palm full of embers and they're trying to transport it across to, you know, make a fire. And that was it. I had like this palm full of embers and I'm showing my wife, I'm going, you see this shit, right? She's like, yeah, I guess I see it. Let's keep doing it. And now here we are a year and a half later, she's not working anymore. And this is it. So yeah, dude, to answer your question in a fucking roundabout way, I suppose, I had no idea that it was going to be that fast, but I was seeing these opportunities presenting themselves and I wasn't going to give up on them and I wasn't going to half-ass them either. That was the shit that I just didn't want to get to the other side and be like, it didn't work out. Well, why didn't it work out? Why weren't you streaming? Why weren't you doing this thing all the time? Like, you had time. Why didn't you do it? And so I knew at least I wasn't going to say that shit. If I got there and I said, yeah, I worked my ass off and it didn't turn out and I had to go get a job, that's okay. That's not a problem. But not, I didn't try.
Yeah, like I'm in the same boat with you. Like over a month ago, I was finishing up my first round of school, and I had my cumulative final to determine if I could graduate, and like I failed it by like just a couple points.
I remember
that.
And
they gave me a second try, and they gave me like 2 weeks to study, and so I was in the office constantly like working on it. And this one chief, he just made chief, and he was talking to me, and he was like, hey, don't you have kids? I was like, yeah, chief. He's like, why are you in here so late? I was like, I'm going to put it to you this way, like, in a week or in a few days, I'm either going to graduate because I passed or I'm going to be doing something else because I failed. Either way, I'm going to be hanging on my kids at that point. I'd rather graduate and have paid leave and, like, have a good, happy time with them than them, have to tell my family, or maybe I have to get relocated somewhere else and do something else that I really don't want to do. So, I mean, you pretty much got to exhaust your options. That way, you know whether it worked or not. And like, I know you know this already, but you could have done it without your wife, She
dude,
1,000% must have
before
believed
my
in you
wife,
or something.
I was a lump of shit before my wife. And I unmotivated, no real direction or anything. I met my wife. That was a huge wake up. And then when we had our kid, that was a second layer of like a huge wake up. Without my wife and without my kid, I can only look at what I was doing, which was a bunch of fucking nothing. I was doing nothing at all. I had no drive or any ambition or anything. I had like lofty ideas about maybe one day, some shit like that. But, and it wasn't like I started crushing as soon as we got together. I failed my ass off making shit money, doing hard work for a long time, but, wouldn't have done that. I was not the type of dude that would have done that if it wasn't, couldn't take care of myself. It needed somebody else that I cared about. So yeah, man, you're absolutely right. Could not have done that shit without my wife.
Same here though, man. Like, for me to pretty much take a bunch of steps of faith and tell her, like, hey, this might be our one avenue to pushing us in the right direction. Like, you in or not, and her, being shocked by some of my decisions, but at the end of the day, supporting them and going above and beyond to take care of her end of things is, watching my kids when I'm gone. I've been gone from my family for months at a time, and like, her just taking care of them, getting the support that she needs, which, requires a lot of like putting away your own pride and using some of your brains, like finding the right people to help. So like, it's good when you got a spouse that's supportive, but also when they're capable as well, that's even better,
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge, man. I always think about that. It's like these young guys that want to mess around with like a bunch of chicks or whatever. And even if you're a younger dude, like I've known dudes growing up, they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get married and stuff. And like only now, hindsight's 2020. I look back and I'm like, yeah, dude, you cannot put a value on finding the right person. I look at it as, it's a spiritual thing. It's a part of God's plan. I very much feel like that's the situation with my wife. She was put in my life. Like this whole thing was meant to be. And so when people, say dumb shit, like if a chick says like, oh, I need a man that does this, that, and the other thing, 6 figures, 6 feet, like that whole deal, I'm like, you don't know what you need. These people have no idea what they need. Like, you need to be open to the people that God is putting in your life, because one of these people might be the greatest decision you've ever made. And I look back and I go, yeah, undoubtedly, meeting my wife and deciding to pursue her was the greatest decision I ever made, because it led to all of the best things in my life. It led to my son. So I don't know how you're going to top that, but yeah, man, spouse is huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, I agree. Like, and another thing people don't think about, like, you have to make yourself an available candidate for them too. Like, there's times where, like, you can be stuck in your own shit and just miserable, and God can send that helping hand along. I mean, that's kind of what happened to me, but at the same time, you also got to be the right person for them. It's not just a one-way street. But, like, I got guys I work with, and they're a little younger, and it's kind of the same thing. Like, and I'd probably be doing the same thing if I was them, single and younger, like, in their position, like, just screwing around and having fun. It's like, okay, sure. And they'll, at the end of the day, when me and them are at the bar both getting drunk, they'll look at my family, because they come over to my house all the time. They see my wife, they see my kids, and they want what I got. And I'm like, well, that gives me hope, because sometimes you hear so many people saying they don't want families, they don't want kids, this and that. And it's like, there's a lot more to life than just, like, having your fun.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm all about that. Like, I party with them all the time, but, there's bigger stuff too than just you.
Amen, brother. It's a whole task in itself, is being somebody worth your spouse's patience. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the right way to frame it, but it's like, that's how I look back at it, at least. My wife had a tremendous amount of patience, and she saw something in me that, if you ask her, she would tell you she always knew that I was going to pull this off. I don't think she knew it was going to take 8 years, but she knew that I was going to pull this off. And so, yeah, just her patience through all of, like, how much of it, I mean, you're a dude that, like, is locking in and going, I'm going to do this, like, self-sacrificial thing in order to provide for my family. I was a dude with a pipeline of a dream, or like a, I don't know what you would call it, a real unlikely goal is what I had. And, podcasting to nobody for all these years. And my wife is a straight up saint, like, just smiling the whole way. Never once gave me pushback. Never once said, like, hey, why are you doing this thing? Wouldn't your time be? I mean, not even, it's kind of a crazy thing to look back on and think about, because anybody in their right mind would have been like, you fucking dummy. What are you doing? We got shit to do. You're sitting down here with this, a webcam, and you're talking to an audience of 12 people. But she never did. She never did. She just was incredibly patient. So yeah, it's a task trying to be somebody that's worth all of that. And but I think in that way, a good woman has a way of making a good man. I think we all have, like, that potential in us, but I think men have this thing where, like, we very rarely, like, do it for ourselves on our own. We need somebody that's, like, I guess worthy of it. Like a wife and a child are worthy of your labor and your suffering and your sacrifice.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like, if the wife and the kid or things like that aren't there, well, then it's like porn and potato chips,
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, we can be as, big of an uncut gem as we want to be, but without that shaping and polishing from those around us, it doesn't matter.
That's the thing, though. We all think we're like some big, maybe we are, maybe everybody is, but that is, like, totally the mindset. I'm just laughing because you nailed it. Like, I used to have this thing in my head all the time before I met my wife, like, I'm an uncut gem. one day I'll do the thing. And I guess I was right, but it's kind of laughable at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, I say that tongue in cheek because that's how we see ourselves sometimes.
Yep. Such assholes, dude.
Dude, I'm such a jackass, bro. I'm a piece of shit.
I'm trying. The kid and the wife have a real way of softening you. Going through everything that I went through on this show. Even if my wife expresses some disappointment with my antics, I do take it to heart because she was like patient through all of it. I don't want her to have been patient for me to act like a jackass. So you kind of try to, but it's all learning pain. But listen, man, I want to open up the lines, but I want to thank you for calling, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your time with your family. I hope your kids are crushing.
They're doing great, man. I appreciate it, man. I love you, brother. It was good talking to you, man.
Love you, man. I hope one of these days you get to Bohemian Grove. It'd be real great to see you in person. One day.
It's on the bucket list. It's on the bucket list. Once I'm a free man, maybe.
All right, well, I'll keep doing them to make sure you show up. So I'll catch you later, man.
Oh, yeah. Hi, brother.
Later, Dickie. All right, we got another one coming in. I'm going to open it. We're going to do the thing. Here it comes. Boo, 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 boo. Thank you for calling The Raven. This is The Raven. What's your name? Where are you from?
Yeah, this is Nick Smith. I am from Oklahoma. So what's going on?
Oklahoma. What's up, Nick Smith from Oklahoma? Is that the same time zone? No, you're on Central, right? It's a little bit earlier for you over there.
Yeah, it is actually 7:43. So.
Oh, all right, there you go. Well, what's going on tonight, Nick?
Nothing much, man. I've actually been on hiatus for a little bit. Came back, saw the new show, and the call-in number. Gave it a shot, got through. So here I am.
What the hell you been on hiatus for? What have you been doing?
Deer season, man. Just been doing all that. Just got 600 acres out here and just been living life.
Are you watching the show right now? Like, can you see it on your screen?
Yeah, I saw your mule deer. I like it.
Yeah. So I have, hold on a second. I got to show you this too. I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you these. Which one is this? Is this camera? No, that's fucking that one. All right, hold on, Nick. Don't say anything yet. I want to show you this. You'll get a kick out of this. We haven't mounted him yet, but I will show you.
Sweet. I think I'm a few seconds behind the feed, but.
That's the wrong camera, Nick. That's the wrong camera. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see him. Nice.
So it's like we have a whitetail, but we have like a pronghorn and an antelope.
So did y'all shoot those yourselves, or did y'all buy them? What's the story behind them?
Matt's the hunter over here, but he won't part with any of the ones in his house because he says they're very special to him. But we went to a guy who is his buddy, who's a hunter, but he goes, I guess, to Africa. Thus the antelope and the pronghorn.
Hell yeah. Well, if you guys ever get a wild inkling or anything for like doing some hunting in Oklahoma, let me know. Like I said, got 600 acres, 20 stand sites. We can make it happen. So
that would be very cool. Actually, I think that would be. I'm shit at geography. I don't know where Oklahoma is, but it's all an airplane ride away. I hate driving these days, but that would be very cool. I think that's something we'd be interested in.
Cool. Yeah. So what else have y'all been up to in the last 2 months I've been away?
Dude, I mean, we've been really mainly building out these studios. We undertook the first one in Top's office, which was, a big undertaking because we'd never done it before. Really know what to do. We were working with some guys. We said, hey, how much would it cost you, because they're professionals, to come over and to set up a studio for us? And they said $7,000 to $8,000. I said, well, no, I don't want to do that. But what does it really entail? And I understand now on the tech front, but man, like the labor in the design, you know what I mean? Because it's like what you're looking at, it's got to be done in one shot. You have an idea in your head, and then you put it all up, And you can't go like, well, that looks like shit. Let's start over. You know what I mean? So like we nailed this in one take, and we nailed the one at Top's house in one take. And so that's really been it, man. Is just throwing these studios together and then finding ourselves. I mean, how long you been listening, Nick?
I've actually been listening for probably about not 2 years, probably a year and a half now.
So then, you know who we are and what we're like. And for this guy, Matt, I guess it's been about a month and a half now, maybe just a month. He just goes, you meet him and he's like, hey, what's that t-shirt about? It's like a Nephilim Death Squad t-shirt Top's wearing. One thing leads to another. Top goes, hey, I met a guy, owns a coffee shop and a Christian library. I feel like there's something to do here. Like, we're going to do something here. And I go, because a lot of the running joke previously was like, I don't like people. So I go like, all right, whatever you say. I don't know what that means. He's like, I really want you to meet this guy. I meet him, shake his hand, cool guy and everything, but that's still not enough for me. I'm still, the guy gives me like a coffee card. Says, hey, you got free coffee for a month. Come in whenever you want. Didn't come in. Like, not even once. For like 3 weeks. He's like, when are you going to come in, dude? I'm like, I don't know. I got a coffee machine at home. Why am I going to come in? And Top goes, no, dude. Like, you got to talk to this guy. There's something happening here. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a spiritual inclination. I finally come in. I talk to the guy. We hang out a little bit. He invites me over to his place, like, for a dinner. And then within like a week, it's like, hey, open the shop here. Like, what? Open the shop here? He discovered like what the end loop was and all this other stuff later on. And he wasn't too pleased with it. Like, this is like a member of the audience hit him up one day and was like, hey, do you know what a loop is? He's like, what? No, what's a loop? And then he starts explaining it to him, but he's a good enough sport and he likes it. We got a connection with him. So yeah, all of a sudden we're just throwing this thing together. And so yeah, for 2 months, man, we just been building a studio in a public coffee shop filled with, by the way, 90-year-olds.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I mean, what better age demographic than them, So
well, they're all Bible readers, and when we tell them like some of our ideas, they're like they've never heard the shit. Yeah, it's crazy because you could have somebody come in and they're as old as they are, Christian their whole life, and they're like, "What's a Nephilim?" I'm like, "Oh shit, dog, I don't know how to explain it to you." That's a crazy. I would have imagined you at least heard the concept.
Yeah, I remember growing up in church and like not hearing any of those terms, and then getting older and then hearing it from like people like you and just, the culture and everything. It's just crazy. Like, a lot of people in that generation call themselves Christians, but don't know half of what they're worshiping or talking about. So it gets pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to, it's hard for me to think one way or another about them. 'Cause it's like, I just kind of got to the show, you know what I mean? Like, I just finally came around in the past, how many years, like 4 years or some shit, deciding like to look at Christianity. And then even that was like a real slow go. Wasn't like I hopped all in all at once. And, it's like a lot of the show, Nephilim Death Squad, is about me learning. And then on top of it, it's like it's taken even longer for me to start reading the Bible. Like, I'm finally reading it in my own time at home. And so it's like I can't even really judge people. To me, it's crazy that they don't know. But going to church now, I go, yeah, like, they're not talking about this. They're not talking about this in church. Like, how would you know unless you were reading it? And then, like, when you think about the Nephilim and how sort of briefly it's mentioned, it would go right over your head. And then, like, people will look at the mention of giants throughout the Bible, and they'll just be like, no, like, like big dudes. Like,
yeah,
like,
that's how I remember asking questions about giants and stuff to my youth pastor. That's exactly what he said. He's like, they're just normal people. They're just tall. Like, whenever you read in the Bible and everything now, though, it's, and you listen to guys like you and stuff, it's like, nah, there's something to them. They weren't just big, tall dudes. There was, some special sauce going around. So,
yeah, I mean, you have all these different mythologies around the planet that have like giants incorporated them one way or another. And then you hear like the Smithsonian's and the bones, and there's this constant like, supposed archaeological discoveries where they're digging up all these remains and it's this and that, and it seems to be a giant, but then it gets swept away. You don't hear about it in the news anymore. So it's like over and over. And then you have these stories, right? Native Americans trapping them in cave systems and smoking them out to death and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's like a group that came from like the Mississippi River, and they were driven over there and then eventually killed in the caves and stuff. Yeah, it's they talk a little like where I live. It's all reservation land and everything. They go into that kind of stuff out here a little bit, like the Choctaws. They have a bunch of history with giants and Bigfoots, and there was the Choctaw Bigfoot War that happened, or battle. It happened probably like an hour from away from where I live and everything. So, I mean, all that stuff's pretty steeped in Native, religion and folklore and stuff. So there's definitely something going on.
Nick, how the hell do you spell Choctaw?
Choctaw is CHOCTAW.
Whoa! I actually nailed that on the first, like before I even. That's crazy that I spelled that right. So I got to try to find that, the Choctaw Bigfoot battle. Well, yeah, that's exactly the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And then of course within conspiracy, it comes up constantly, this idea of what was it in Afghanistan, in the giant of Kandahar.
Oh, the team, yeah, that killed them and everything. Or I think it was some kind of special forces team.
Yeah, they got like skewered. One of them got skewered, and they ended up, killing the thing. And then you have these like stories that kind of seep out about these giants in deep underground military bases. So the point is, it's like over and over and over again, these giants seem to be a theme. Every mythology, every religious group, throughout antiquity, all these weird ass conspiracies. This never-ending supply of giant lore. And then you go over to the Bible, and people that are in the conventional church system are like, yeah, they're just big guys. That's all, dude.
Yeah.
We're just talking about big guys. I go, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you're just talking about big guys. Seems like you're dealing with like if David just killed like a big guy in Goliath, like the story's a lot less cool.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you there. Well, man, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I got dinner going. I'm going to free up the phone for somebody else. I appreciate you taking my call and letting me chit-chat with you. But you guys have a great night, and I appreciate everything.
Well, thank you for calling, Nick, and it was a pleasure hearing from you. Thank you for all the support, and enjoy your dinner, brother.
Yep. Thank you, man. Bye.
Later. That was nice. That reminded, because he said same when I said enjoy your dinner, which is how many times, how long it took me to train myself when somebody goes, enjoy your meal at a restaurant, how hard it is for me to not to go, you too. I finally learned not to say anything. Thank you for calling The Raven. This is The Raven. What's your name? Where are you from?
It's D. John. How are you today, Mr. Corbeau?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm pretty good. It's been a while since I've been out of the NDS orbit, but I'm still in the firmament, so thought I'd give you a call.
You're trapped inside the bubble. You can't leave.
No, I mean, Elon's tried to shoot those SpaceX rockets through it. They just bounce back down,
I like Elon. I'm coming around to him. I think he's a fun transhumanist, entity possessed autistic guy, and I think it's endearing.
Yeah, bro has a special flavor of autism,
Yeah. You ever seen his nightstand where it's got like that little
why the fuck would I see Elon's nightstand?
He posted it once. Oh, you might get a kick out of this. I'll probably find this pretty quickly, actually. He posted it once, and he's got one of these things that come from like Vedic religions, but it's the same thing that like Baal Hadad or like Zeus is depicted as holding. And then you see these like everywhere. Hold on a second. Elon's end table. This is actually a very viral image, and I'm surprised you've not seen this. Give me 1 second here. But what's going on, man?
Man, living the dad life. Proud of them girls. I got the 3 of them. they're killing it at life, so Mrs. D. John, she's done a good job. So
Yeah. We had a brief scare, not a scare. I don't think it's scary at all. My wife is a little bit concerned. I'm going to have to show you that after we hang up, because I'm sharing your tab. So when we hang up later on, look at the screen. I'll show you what I'm talking about with that end table. But my wife and I had like I said, wouldn't call it a scare, but she thought, and we had to go and get pregnancy tests and everything. And I used to be against it, having a second one, not like fully against it. It's just like, the work of you go, oh, especially when you're really in the throes of it, you're like, I don't know if I can do this again. But then I came to a place recently where I go like, whatever God wants, I'm not going to push against that or anything like that. And I'm not going to shake my fist. And so, we had this for a second. I thought so, but she took the pregnancy test and it wasn't so. But in my mind, I was going, I wonder if it'll be a girl. Just such a different bag. You said you got 3 girls, right?
I got 3 girls. I got big girl's gonna be 19. She's killing college. She worked the system. She got in college for free, and they're paying her $12,000 to go. My middle girl, she'll be turning 18 next year. She'll be going to college. Somehow, I think the big schools buy their test scores. So she's getting like presidential scholarships from like Yale in like every day. And my youngest is like a cheerleader and the editor of the school newspaper and the president of the drama club and dance team. I don't know. They're all into all that stuff. So
that's great. That's high achieving. That's high functioning, knowing you, I'm sure they have a strong foundation. You got to hope that they do, because that's the real roll of the dice, is going off to university, right? I mean, you see the memes, but I think that's all the upbringing. If you bring them up lukewarm, that sort of system will snatch them up. But if you bring them up with convictions and beliefs, they're always, I think, gonna fall back to that, in kind of those hard times. But they're going to see a lot of people. They're going to see a lot of pink-haired this and that's, and, people enjoying their sexual fluidity. But as long as they have that strong foundation, it's really, like I said, if you send them out into the world with no convictions, that's where things go wrong. Because you could raise a good kid, a pleasant kid, a smart kid, this and that, but like moral convictions, principles, values, a relationship with God. If they don't have that, the propaganda is so dense, and that sort of social adaptation that takes place, looking for acceptance among new peers, getting love bombed when you do something that's in alignment with their ideology, and then getting pushed to the outskirts when you do something that's against their ideology. But none of that shit matters if you have a strong base, a strong foundation.
Oh man, look at your number. Tell me how many people are listening right now, because I got something important to say.
Let's see. We got 400 here, but then, wait, what's not being counted? Yeah,
well,
Rumble's not being. Well, hold on. Rumble's not being counted. I think we got maybe around. Okay, so 400 plus, so 800 people.
If you have children, listen to me carefully. Pray for them every day. And pray out loud. Pray for them every day and pray out loud. When you pray out loud, those voice frequencies, they stretch out, but they never die. So your prayers are always being said. So pray over your kids every day. I still got you, Mr. Corbo, and Daniel on my list. I got all the people in the NDS orbit, on my prayer list. So I am so proud of you guys' journey and, like the things that I've seen through you and your faith growing. And it's really like just to see the small amount of edification each time, like when you decided to cut off Timeline Cleanse, I was like, bro's figuring it out. Bro's figuring it out for sure. So
Oh, I appreciate that. I know that it bummed a lot of people out, but it really came down to because if you know me, I'm not great at scripture, so it's not like I read some bit of scripture that said this. It was like a feeling, like I just knew what I was putting out, and you could see it too. It's not a big mystery. It's stressful on my wife. She's not pumped about it. I just went on a whole tangent about how patient she was for me to build this thing and how much faith she had that I was going to be able to pull it off. And then once I got there, I'm just saying the craziest shit in the world. And I think there was a time for it, but my decision to not go in that direction anymore isn't about fear. I think that mechanism is really broken in me, unless you're talking about fear of God. But maybe there is some of that, right? Where it's like, if I'm going to move in this direction and be convicted and believe what I believe, but then turn around and do this thing, it's not just that it's like hypocritical. It's like, I think when you make a deal with God and you back out, it's not good. You know what I mean?
The Holy Spirit, he writes it on your heart. So even though you don't have that full scriptural base right now, the word is written in your heart. So, like, you'll feel it and you'll catch up, Spend some time reading your Bible every day. Word has it, somebody gave you a nice study Bible at one of the Bohemian Groves. Hopefully you figured out how to use that. If not, let me know and I can show you. Or
we used to use Blue Letter Bible. I mean, it's a very good tool. But
you're talking about the online thing, man? Go analog. Put the thing in your hand, brother.
Well, I have I was gonna start uttering some name of the translation that I have, because I had the King James version. But the language is just like, it's hard for me to lock in. And honestly, I had a trouble doing that for a while, but
there's 108 words in the King James version that we don't know what they mean. So
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I've been reading nightly now. I mean, I think I missed a night the other night, but I've been reading nightly. I'm reading the book of Job right now. And
the first book of the Bible.
Yeah, so that's why I picked it, because somebody was like, as far as chronological order goes, like I'm reading Genesis, and then I went through Exodus, and then I jumped to Ecclesiastes just for funsies, because I've spent so much time talking about Ecclesiastes that I was like, maybe I should actually read it. Which was an interesting read, but then I was like, where am I going? Like, where do I? And then somebody said, as far as chronological order, Job is where you want to be next. So I went there, and it's interesting. I don't know how far. I think I've gotten to chapter 30. I think there's only like 40 something, so I should be able to finish it in a night or so. But it's interesting.
There's the weird stuff in Job. It's where the weird stuff is, man.
There is weird stuff in Job, because at one point. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's the top. It's where God presents himself, and it's where God tells you who he is. So, and it's a great story, and you got the Leviathan and all of those things and all of those concepts in Job that carry out throughout the Old Testament. And I'll put Job up against anything today. Like, I mean, it holds up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's like one of Job's buddies that's telling him when he's going back and forth in these rebuttals, and his friend, I forget, they all have such obscure, strange names, but his friend says,
I know where you're going.
Yeah, well, he says something about like, God standing over Leviathan, which I guess is like it feels kind of like a reference to Genesis, where God is, I think the expression is tohu abohu. We always say it on the show, but I forget it. It's just like a fun word. I forget what it means, but it's like the waters were chaotic and God stood above them. But like the way it's described is, it's almost like he's standing above some sort of defeated enemy. And then this mention of Leviathan, I'm like, is that the same thing? Is he talking about the same thing there?
That's exactly right.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it's a fascinating read. There's also like a dude describes having a sleep paralysis. Like one of I think it's like the first friend that he talks to says that he was visited by a spirit in the night whose form he couldn't see, and his bones rattled and all this stuff. I'm like, this dude's describing sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it's a good book, man. I was filled with joy. Like I watched I think the first version of this show after you got baptized. I saw it on the X feed, and I was like, man, I really love where this is going. So and I pray for you guys, and like, I mean, I generally mean it. You know, like when I say that, you know, I'm rooting for y'all. So.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I think that the only reason we've made it to the degree that we had is because, you know, God wants it to happen, and because people like you have been praying for us. We've had a really great group supporting us since really early on in the show's inception. And despite all of our retardedness, a lot of people have held out and continued to pray. And you know, I look at the development of this show and the trajectory that we're on, and I'm like, this is out of my hands, dog. Like, this is not, you know, I'm not steering the ship. I'm like kind of holding it together and building it as it's moving, but this ship is going someplace that doesn't have a lot to do with my own direction. So thank you for that, man.
No, it's my pleasure. I'll get off here and let somebody else call in, but I've picked up the new version of Unseen Realm. It's they re-released it.
Is that Heiser?
Heiser's work. They re-released it with a bunch of new material in it, and it's worth just the bibliography. So for anybody that hasn't touched the Unseen Realm yet, go read Psalms 82 in any Bible, and then ask yourself what's going on in this. So, and then go read Deuteronomy 32 and pick up a copy of the Unseen Realm, and get in touch with the way that you should read the Bible, because you should understand that the Bible wasn't written to you, it was written for you. And you have to put yourself in the position of the biblical author and who the author was writing to understand it. You're not going to pick up a NIV version of the Bible and understand it, because some of the words in there aren't the words that they should be. So
yeah, that's so I've been thinking about that lately, and it's like a lot of the translations, you know, you can get a certain amount of information. You can get like what would you call it? Like an idea of the story, right?
Yeah.
Like the shape of the story. But I think in some ways it's good for like if you're going through it for the first time, but then you might want to use something else for the second time, or when you revisit one of the books that has more in depth, because it's like when I'm going through it, I just want to know like the story. I got to know the story.
Yeah.
I have this feeling sometimes where like I got to catch up. I'm like way behind. You know what I mean? Like I got to know the story. Like what is Job about? What is Ecclesiastes about? What are these books about? Like what are the stories? And then once I know the stories, this is a shitty analogy, but I'm like a video game guy, or used to be.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I would do a playthrough. Yeah. And then I would go back and like do all the collectibles and do like a real in-depth, but I would plow through it and get the story done, get everything done. And then I would do, why did my TV turn off? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the heck's going on. And then I would do another playthrough where I would do all the nooks and crannies, and I would go through and figure everything out. And so it's kind of like that. It's like you maybe use one of these translations to just get the idea of the story and you know who God is, but then when it really comes to like the getting into the detail, I would use something different.
Yeah, well, that's good stuff. And as you get your footing in, then you can start cross referencing into the Greek Septuagint, and
yeah, I saw somebody recommend that. I think it was Nick.
It's older.
Yeah, was that Nick Hinton? Nick Hinton might have recommended that, and I was like, oh, geez, the Septuagint. That's even like that. That feels like even heavier.
Greek's better than the Hebrew, in my opinion. It's older. If you talk to Mr. Alberino, he'll tell you the same thing. So, I'm not gonna say it's more reliable, but the Masoretes kind of screwed up the Hebrew a little bit. So I've been having some trouble going back through and reading the Hebrew reading the Hebrew outside of the Masoretic text, and you'd be amazed on what you'd find. Like I tore apart Psalms 91 the other day and read like a bunch of academic papers on it, and it's insane how many words that are translated into English that are names of Canaanite deities.
Oh, wow.
And so say a Canaanite deity is famine, like that's their power is famine. So like the word famine in that passage is the name of a Canaanite deity.
That's crazy, because if you think about the context of us using them without knowing that in modern day.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
we live in a spiritual world, and there's so much that has been erased through just the way that they went through and added the punctuation and the vowels into Hebrew, because originally Hebrew had 22 letters and no vowels and no punctuation, and the Masoretes, or who created the Masoretic text, which is what most modern translations use for the Old Testament, they kind of mucked up the waters a little bit. So there's a lot to unravel. It kind of feels like I've been lied to my entire life, going through and having to relearn everything, and it can get deep, homeboy. So
I believe it. I kind of imagine that what was lost in translation would really, really muddy the waters and mess things up. I'm sure I would be taken aback to see to what degree that would be the case, And I guess that's why you have people that are like, yeah, you could spend your entire life going through the Bible.
Yeah, and that's why I have to hit some of them scholarly papers, because like I went to school for pastoral and everything, but there's people that know the languages a lot better than me. So in your study of Daniel, some of that was found in Qumran in Aramaic, and it's a little different if you want to look into that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, like I said, now that I know the book of Daniel, at least the story, how the story goes, now it's like to revisit it and go through those details and delve into translations and everything makes a lot more sense. I just need, it's like I just really suck at reading. Like I'm a good orator and I could read a thing, but I have to go back over and over again. We're like, what did I just read? Like in order to absorb it. And so I just need it in like some sort of plain language just to get the outline of the ideas. Like, okay, that Daniel was, like a righteous prophet of God, and he was able to, explain the visions of Nebuchadnezzar or the dreams of Nebuchadnezzar, and then his own son too. And, okay, like I know the story, I have that. I know Nebuchadnezzar is kind of an asshole, and first he's on Daniel's team after he tells him the dream in the meeting when the wizards couldn't do it. And then he's like, hell yeah, Daniel crushes, the God of Israel crushes, this is awesome. And then he just kind of like loses his way anyway, makes a big ass golden statue. I you go through the stories. I'm like, I got the stories now. But now if you tell me where it deviates, where this translation actually means this thing instead, and then I have the context upon which or with which to understand that deviation, then that's good. But that's like, it's such a big undertaking And I think if you start looking at it, certainly for me, and this might be, advice for anybody who's like me, in that when you look at this undertaking, it almost feels overwhelming to start on this journey and start trying to understand these stories in this book and trying to understand like the character of God. But it's best to not look at that. And it's best to just start taking steps, like just moving, just move, just start reading something, grab the Bible, start reading, read through these books, get an understanding of them. And then I guess it's going to be like rinse and repeat for a long time. Conversations, more reading, looking to experts and just trying to understand. But if you get ahead of it, you start thinking about that journey, it's like it becomes overwhelming. So it's like, yeah, just start.
Okay, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Can I pray with you?
Sure.
Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, I come before you as your humble servant, and I would like to thank you for your majesty and for your glory, God. I'd like to thank you for just the awe and wonder of your creation that you spoke into existence, Lord. I'd like to thank you for your word. Most of all, Lord, I'd like to thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who is God made man and was released on the earth to give us some great teaching, but ultimately to give his life in atonement for sin, hung on the cross in anguishing pain, and took the sin of the world, my sin, Mr. Corbo's sin, the sin of everybody that's lived, ever will live on him, felt that pain, looked up into the sky and said, "Tetelestai, I won. It is finished." Father God, I thank you for Jesus Christ. I pray for Mr. Corbo on his journey. I pray for Daniel and the Nephilim Death Squad. I thank you for their partnership with Matt. I thank you for their ability to turn a Christian show into a ministry. I know it's kind of weird to say that, but I thank you for turning it into a ministry, Father God. And I just want to let you know with all my heart that I love you, and that to all the people that are listening, God loves you. Jesus died for your sin. The grave couldn't keep him. He defeated death. He came back. He taught his message. He ascended. He's at the right hand of God. He's preparing a place for us. Heaven will be back on earth, and we will win in the end. Father God, thank you. I love you. And in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
My pleasure, brother. You keep on doing you, all right?
All right, man. I hope you keep watching. I hope you stick around. I hope the firmament doesn't open up and let you float away.
What is it? I'm supposed to obey and
submit
trust
and
obey.
comply. You know what's funny about that too is how that went from being like a goofy thing, and then it was like, oh, this is about God.
What is it again?
Obey, submit, and comply.
Obey, submit, and comply. All right. Well,
right,
I will.
man.
Until then, I will obey, submit, and comply. Tell Top I said hi.
I will. Catch you later, brother. Thanks again. All right. We are turning on Do Not Disturb. It is done. His phone calls were long today, but I feel like that's an appropriate place to end it, especially given that we are no Atma. 2.5 hours into it. It was nice, man. I got to admit, when I first had this idea, well, it's not a revolutionary idea by any stretch. Oh, you know what? If John's still listening too, I want to show him this. I hope you're still listening, John. I just want to share this tab and show you this thing real quick. Boop. So there you go. A Vajra is on Elon Musk's bedside. Lightning from Zeus. This is an object that is shown a lot of storm gods throughout antiquity, are seen as holding this thing, a Vajra. If you gave that a little Google, you would find that a lot, especially within the Vedic belief system. It's interesting because it's right here saying lightning from Zeus, but the Vedics really got a stranglehold on that little object there. All right. I know. Bobby Ballbag says a ministry was wild. I agree, dude. I don't really know where to put that word. You know what I mean? It's because at the end of the day, what the show is just me learning. And then, like, yeah, with more information and, you know, it comes these convictions. And then I guess the more we learn and the more we share with people, it frames our worldview. And then when it comes to, like, pointing out deceptions and things that we think are bullshit, you know, we're pointing you towards this worldview that we believe is true. But a ministry is a big word. But yeah, man, so when I decided to start doing this and opening this up and letting people call, I just didn't know what it was going to be like. You know? But it's nice. You guys don't suck so bad. Imagine that's how I went out. Imagine that's how I... All right, guys. I'm tired. I'm going to go home, hang out with my wife. I said a bunch of nice stuff about her today, so she might want to smooch me up. Might go home and get some smooches. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for all the calls, the donations. I don't think we got any more donations, so I'm not going to run back and go through them. Let me have a gander. I would see if we had some Cash App stuff here. No. No. We're good. Save them for next time. Don't do it again. You'll see me Monday morning. We'll go live, 9 a.m. Hang out a little bit. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to play that really obnoxious outro music, and that's going to be good. And that's it. Well, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's a good... Is it tomorrow? Should be tomorrow. I believe at 2 p.m. tomorrow, we have Karen Wilkinson coming on the show, which is huge. A lot of you guys have heard us reference her a lot. And I've been in touch with her for quite some time, and it's just been a little rough to try to make it happen. But Karen Wilkinson is she's a Christian, and she works with L.A. Marzulli. She's very close with Vicky Joy Anderson as well. It's one of my favorite people. Vicky Joy Anderson is one of my favorite people. And Karen is an abductee victim who remembers a lot from these alien abduction cases. And when we talk about the hybridization program, the black-eyed children, things of that nature, pregnancies that happen when somebody is abducted and then later on taken mysteriously and the doctors have no answer for it, and then later on being abducted again and being introduced to the black-eyed children that seem to be your own, but they're uncanny, they're off. This is Karen Wilkinson is one of the people with this story. Karen Wilkinson is one of the people who have told me about, not me personally, talks about seeing the grays, the alien grays, laid in a pile like empty suits, which I think was a big part of the puzzle when I became, after hearing that, pretty damn certain that all the information we get about them, these are automatons. These are biomechanical suits. So this is going to be a really interesting conversation, one that I'm excited to have. I think you guys will like it. Yeah, Scott says Vicky's my favorite. Vicky is the best. The best. Oh, that's interesting. This is my wife. I gotta get smooches later. I think she's been in Fringe's Starseed spaces. Fringe doesn't think she's a starseed, is she? I mean, I know Fringe also has like a Christian worldview. I could imagine her worldview is a little bit wonky, given that she's been through shit that a lot of other people, you know, it would change her ideas of the world pretty substantially. But she still has this anchoring in Christ, and I don't think she believes Christ is a Pleiadian or anything like that. All right, guys, I got smooches to go get. Thank you guys for watching. Let's play some music, and we're out of here. Peace out. Boop. And